Hey, Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps, and I'm joined now with the one and only Marcus Morrison. How are you? I've been kind of chasing about trying to get this opportunity we can finally sit down and talk.
Yeah, I'm good. All the better now that the weigh-in's over. Can eat and drink. So yeah, I'm in a good place.
I've never had to be under that sort of pressure where you have to make weight and, sort of restrict what you're eating. How great does it feel, though, to be able to get off the scales and know that you can go and just sort of indulge in what you've been, cutting out of your diet for several months?
Yeah, so you go through like a whole camp, whether it's 10 weeks, 12 weeks, and obviously you're looking to the fight. But the last 2 or 3 weeks, it's really like getting to the scales and making weight. And once Friday comes and you're on the scales, it's a big relief, and then you can sort of get in the right headspace for the fight then. So it's the hard part's done now, and it's time to the enjoyable bit.
Chris Eubank has a big aura about him. People either love him or they hate him. What do you think of Chris Eubank?
Personal out the ring, I've got no sort of personal opinion, to be honest. He's a bit of a showman. He's like his dad, and he's done it well. He's become a sort of a household name. You don't have to be a boxing fan to know who Chris Eubank Jr. is, and that's just the sort of how the way he's marketed himself, and fair play. He's done it well. Everyone knows Chris Eubank Jr. and like I said, I've got no personal. I don't dislike him. I don't like the guy. I don't know him well enough to make that judgment.
On Saturday night, you have the opportunity to really spoil his plans moving forward. I know that there's been a lot of talks of him wanting to fight the bigger names like Triple G and Canelo. For someone who, he's got to get past you first, do you find that a bit offensive, or do you just sort of overlook the fact that that's already sort of being portrayed as those are his next opponents?
Yeah,
possible opponent.
From the get-go, when the fight was announced and made, I knew that was going to be the case. From sort of Chris, his team, from fans, and social media and stuff. I knew that was going to be the case from the beginning, and I'm okay with it. I'm not offended. No, it doesn't faze me. Like, nothing phases me. And people in messages like, "Oh, no way you're fighting like Chris." Like, I'm not bothered. Couldn't care less. Like, all this underdog stuff. Like, if anything, it gives me that little bit more drive. And listen, I'm truly here to upset the party.
It's a big stage on Saturday night. Are you nervous?
No, I don't get nervous. No, I don't get nervous. I just, this whole sort of fight week bubble's been, it's been exciting. Sort of nice to be away from sort of everyday life, if you like, and we can really focus. And I've took it all in my stride, and I've been on the big stage before. It's nothing new to me to be in a big arena. It'd be nice to have a crowd there on Saturday. It's a show well worthy of a huge crowd, but that's a shame. But no, honestly, I don't get nervous. I just enjoy it and take it all in my stride. And come Saturday night, it'd be all excitement.
So I was reading up on your Man City story. I find that very, very interesting. When you were 11, was it that you were released from?
No. I signed with City when I was 10, 11, and then I was let go when I was 16.
Because you weren't tall enough, and now you're tall enough.
Yeah, I was tiny, like in school up until, honestly, I didn't grow up until I was about 17, 18, and obviously by then it was too late. But yeah, like even in school, like I remember all the girls being like wait. Yeah, I was a late bloomer. I was a late starter, but yeah, it's it was sort of football was cut short, but for years I did both. I played football and I boxed. There was times like Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays I'd be, going from the gym, getting changed in my car, getting changed in the car, getting my kit on, and I'd be drove to football training, and I'd be out there playing for another couple of hours. So it was a busy time with sport in my life.
Which of the two was your true love?
I've always done boxing. Like, I boxed from 7. I didn't start playing football till I was about 10, 11, about 10. So boxing's always. I remember. I'll tell you. So I remember Billy Graham in the pub. I must have been 7, and he was like, "So you enjoy boxing?" And then been doing a little bit of pads on his hand, and I said, "I'm gonna be a professional boxer when I'm older." I remember in school, like I was quite clever, but I didn't take school serious. And teachers used to say, look, like, you know, you might not definitely make it as, you know, as a sports in football or boxing. So I said, no, I'm going to box. I said, that's what I'm going to do. Like, you know, I'm going to box when I grow up. And he was like, yeah, but it might not work out. I was like, no, it will. I'm going to box. Like, don't worry. So I sort of shunned my education, if you like, and didn't take it as serious as, you know, sort of most.
You always knew what you wanted to do, which was great. You're linked up with Joe Gallagher. Tell me a bit about your guys' relationship.
Yeah, I've been with Joe since I was probably around 16 when I started training with Joe. You know, so he was coaching me through the sort of late part of my amateur career. Won my first national title with Joe as an amateur, and then obviously the natural progression was just to turn over. And I think I was about 21 when I turned professional. And yeah, Joe's a great guy. You know, more than just a boxing trainer and coach. You know, he's like a father figure, and you know, he's always been there. And yeah, he's just an all-round sort of great guy, Joe.
Well, he has two fighters on this card, obviously with Natasha Jonas, going for all the belts against Katie Taylor. What's it been like, the dynamic, having all of you guys in at the same time?
This is nothing new to us. I think we've been at the arena before. I think Joe's had 5 fighters on one night, on one occasion. You know, definitely 4. I remember. But if I'm right, it was 5. So we used to having these busy nights at the arena and all being in camp together. You know, it's the gym's been buzzing the last sort of couple of months, and we've had a busy gym, and it's all how Joe likes it. It's how we all like it. We all sort of bounce off each other, and it's nice to sort of push each other and get each other through tough sessions. And yeah, you know, come Saturday, it's mine and Tasha's time. Obviously, Callum Johnson fought last week. He got a good win, and it's our time now.
Has Callum Smith been back in the gym?
I've seen Callum doing bits of strength work, but I've not seen him in the gym. I think he's still having a bit of time out. Family time. He's obviously got his little girl now. So yeah, I've not seen too much of Callum.
You're a big fan of Roy Jones Jr. I saw you the other day. Having a fan experience, what's that like seeing him for the first time?
Yeah, it's, you know, I've seen everyone having pictures and whatnot with Roy, and I honestly think Roy is one of the greatest to ever put on a pair of gloves. One of the greatest fighters to ever box. You know, and I'd love a picture, but I can't bring myself to get one till after the fight.
He's lovely. He'll give you one after, I'm sure.
He seems like a cool guy. You know, I've seen him around the last few days in the bubble, and he's always smiley, chatty. And yeah, he seems like a top guy, and yeah, I will be getting a picture after the fight.
Marcus, what can fans expect on Saturday night? Do you think it's going to go the distance?
No, I don't think this fight's going to go the distance. I think it's going to be explosive. Maybe not straight from the get-go, but as soon as it does heat up, it's going to explode, and you know, I think we can see it ending within the distance.
Well, you're very calm and collected, which is fantastic going into fight night. But should you be successful, we know that there's a lot of opportunities that sort of await you there. So let's see what happens on Saturday night. Do you have any final words?
No, just, you know, tune in and, you know, don't blink.
All right, thank you very much. Bye, fight fans. Hey fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do so by clicking this icon right here, or else.